Morning breaks on a brand new climb. Shadows fade in the light this time. Every scar tells a ceiling's tale.
You ever reached that moment in life when your mind and your body just stop cooperating with what people expect from you? I'm talking about those days when your spirit is exhausted, your brain is fogged out, and you're trying to push through, but everything in you say, I can't keep doing this. Yeah, that was me. I didn't walk away from a job. My body walked away from me. Menopause hit me like a storm, mentally, emotionally, cognitively. I reached a point where I could not think. I could not focus. I could not talk. I could not function at the level my job expected. My doctor pulled me out. And while I was still under medical care, still not cleared, still trying to figure out what was happening inside my own body, yep, the corporation I worked for, they fired me. But here, the part I want you to hear, even when life falls apart, God doesn't. He covered me. He sustained me. He kept blessing me. And today, we're talking about clarity with finance. How to count the cost, trust the source, and build bridge forward even when the reset wasn't your choice.
Morning breaks on a brand new climb. Shadows fade in the light this time. Every scar tells a ceiling's tale.
Okay, hi, welcome back. It's Roz again. I am your host, Andrea, and today we're having an honest conversation about finance in midlife. Yes, because when the life shift that you are living, especially when health and transitions collide, your finances shift too. Our foundation scripture today comes from Luke 14:28, and it says, if you want to build a tower, you must first sit down and figure out how much it will cost. That scripture hits differently when life pushes you into a transition you did not expect. Not counting the cost doesn't make you irresponsible. It makes you human. But today, we're going to talk about how to rebuild with wisdom, strength, financial clarity, even when the reset choose you. My body stopped before I did. Let me take you back to that moment. I was at work pushing through another day, trying to ignore the mental fog, the emotional exhaustion, and the pressure that was stacking up by the hour. And then it happened. My mind just shut down. My brain stopped functioning. My words wouldn't come out. My thoughts frozen. My emotions were all over the place. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't know at the time that menopause was behind it. I did not know why my brain and body were betraying me. I just knew I could no longer perform the job they were demanding from me. My doctors pulled me out because I was not well enough to return. And while I was still under their care, and still under their care today, still not clear and still not stable, my employer fired me. Okay, I said, okay. Oh no. I didn't leave the job, but the job left me. While I was fighting for my health, that season humbled me. It forced me to trust God in a way I never had before. It pushed me into a financial reset I did not choose. But even though all of that, every bill was paid, every need was met, every unexpected blessing showed up right on time. And that's why today conversations matter. Because when life shifts under your feet, your finances have to shift too. So the first teaching block is understanding your bridge plan. A bridge plan is a 6 to 12 month survival strategy while you transition, not a spreadsheet, not something complicated. Just a clear, honest plan that keeps you stable while God leads you forward. The bridge plan has 5 parts to it. And these 5 parts starts with 1, what will sustain you now? Your monthly survival number. This number is the number that it takes to run your household. Like mortgage, rent, utilities, grocery, gas, medical insurance, all of that. So that is that number. You need to know what that number is. The next thing, number 2, is what can you minimize temporarily? So a pause list. The pause list is something like subscriptions, streaming, eating out, traveling, shopping. That's the pause list. So you need to identify that. The third thing in this bridge plan is what resources you already have. This could be financial or non-financial, where you are receiving money. That could be in your savings account. It could be slush fund, disability payments, credit lines. Non-financial could be spouse, partner with income, skills that bring in money that you monetize, church community, friends, family support. So those are your financial and non-financial resources that you have. The fourth thing is what income streams you can start small, seed streams. These are like selling things that you might have, gardening, having a small fruit garden or vegetable garden that you can sell, consulting. So these are things, tutoring, printable things that you can sell, affiliate links. So these are your small income streams that you have started or could start. And number 5 is the financial gap. This is the weak spot. Yeah, this one comes a little bit harder. These are the places where money can leak from, like medical bills, car repairs, annual fees to credit cards or things that you might have, emergency expenses. So, overspending just due to stress. So, financial gap is these things that you need to watch and protect so your bridge can take you through. Okay, we're going to move right on into CTA, the Natural Menopause Healing Toolkit. And before we go any deeper into financial clarity, I just want to say to you that toolkit is finished and we're going to drop it on New Year's Day. I always want to start new things at the beginning of the year and try to make some changes in my life. So right now, you can go and pre-register to unlock an exclusive pre-sale price of $49. This is available only for a limited time. This toolkit isn't just a gift for you. It's something you can share with your sisters, friends, or daughters, or anyone navigating menopause, perimenopause, hormonal shifts, or simply trying to get their body back to a place of wellness. Inside, you will find natural healing practices, different herbs and things you can use, ways to control some of the symptoms of menopause, nutritional guides, practical symptom tools, and faith-centered encouragement, all designed to help you take your health back naturally and confidently. The pre-sale price, like I say, is $49. It is a savings of 23% to you. The regular price for this would be $64. So, I need you to head on over to beautifulonions.com and pre-register now to secure exclusive pricing before the New Year Day launch. Okay, I'm going to say this again. I need everyone to go to beautifulonions.com, pre-register now to secure exclusive pricing before the New Year Day launch, because we're going to send an exclusive email out to those that pre-register to get that pricing. So I need for you to go head on over to Beautiful Onions and pre-register. Thank you very much. And I know you're going to enjoy it. I have put premium information and throw my heart into this for the last several weeks.
Morning breaks on a brand new climb. Shadows fade in the light this time. Every scar tells a ceiling.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Beautiful Onions. We're moving on to section 2, which is building the bridge forward. This is where we play the long game in financial strategies. These are for the years 2 and 5 after your first year. So after those first months of survival passed, after I stabilized my finances, got my medical clarity, and accepted the reality that I wasn't going back to that job, something in me shifted. The fog lifted, and I sat down and said, all right, God, I survived the first year. Show me how to live the next chapter. This is when survivor turned into strategies. This is when I moved into building the bridge forward. I had to answer 4 questions to start moving forward. And these 4 questions consisted of, what does my future look like? For me, the future was clear. I was not going back to work for someone else. My health, my purpose, and my peace wouldn't allow me to. I would build Beautiful Onion Corporation, a place that helped women find clarity, healing, and direction through faith. That was the first question I had to answer. What does my future look like? The second question I had to answer is, what am I building for myself? I'm building a new freedom, a new rhythm, a life centered on peace, purpose, and God, a life where I can spend time with Him all throughout the day, a life where my mental and emotional wellness come first. The third question I had to answer is, what legacy am I shaping? I'm shaping a legacy for my children and grandchildren can look at and say, wow, at this stage in life, she's still giving back. She still served God. She still helped women rise. She's still building something meaningful. My legacy is about uplifting women, guiding them, helping them start businesses, find clarity, and draw closer to God. Next, what systems do I need for the long-term peace? For me, I needed a consistent morning rhythm, sacred time with God, boundaries around my peace, structure in my business, clear financial direction, a home environment that supports rest, a spiritual routine that centers me daily. These are the system that create long-term clarity and protects my peace. So this is what the second part of building the bridge forward past the 1 year. Those questions have to be answered so you'll know how to now go into the part 2 of building forward and look at your assets. You got to deep dive into your assets. You got to know this is where you take inventory of everything you have, financially and otherwise. It is not pressure. It's not awareness, because you can't build a future when you never fully looked at. So this is where you take a look at, number one, real estate, retirement account, savings, 401ks, all these different things, vehicles, land, cash value, policies, all of that, skill sets that can generate income. This is where you need to look at that, because that is going to take you into the last days of retirement. So you got to be more than 2 to 5 years of how you're going to make it through this point in your life. The second step in number 2 is your long-term expense strategy. This step helps you understand what costs continue but beyond the first year and which ones don't fit your next season. You'll see this question in your worksheet. And like I said, this question has to do with a multiple different questions, like expenses that are necessary for my peace, what subscriptions or habits don't fit this season, what my medical wellness and fitness investment for my long term would be. So these are some of those questions that you would answer. And you're not cutting to be cheap. You're cutting to create clarity. So this is where you're going to say, hey, I don't need this no more, because I don't even watch Netflix no more. I don't even have it on. I even use it. But some people might watch Netflix. I'm always busy working my business, doing other things, talking to people and building the legacy I want to leave behind. The third thing is your business or calling sustainable plan. So this is about the finance side of your calling. For me, I knew I wanted to help women because I don't want them to have to go through what I went through. So this is where if you're starting a business, a ministry, assignments needed to stay peaceful, structured, and something that could be sustainable. So like I say, this is the whole business side. This part is big, especially if you're building something in midlife. And for me, it was beautiful onions. So how to pay all my bills and build a business and not be stressed out. Knowing where my income at, knowing where I need to pay bills and payroll for other people that work with me. I didn't want this to be chaotic or chaos. So when you sit down and think about what you want to do and kind of get your information of what the business is going to be, because I don't want it to be burnt out, because sometimes I can't get to doing everything I need to do. So I needed to make sure that my purpose, and you should too, should not cost your peace, because you start in a business and you can't afford it then. Okay, the next one would be for the financial boundaries and protection. These boundaries protect your clarity, your peace, and your progress. These details are on your worksheet. What this talks about the long-term peace becomes non-negotiable. Certain things I have clear guidelines. My spending habits, how much I'm going to go shopping, how much I'm going to go out to eat, protecting my savings. These are things that I make sure I don't have unnecessary loans or credits, tracking my numbers monthly. These are things to protect me. So, in the last one, which is the fifth one, is your 2 to 5 year vision. This is the heart of section 2, where you are becoming financially, spiritually, and personally. This is a no longer survivor. This is strategy, stewardship, and maturing. This is where you answer all these questions about who am I becoming financially? What does stability look like for me? These are the questions you ask. This is no longer a survival, like I said. This is strategy. This is stewardship. This is maturity. So, in reflection, in action prompt, everything we covered today in section 1 and section 2 is laid out for you inside the bonus worksheet. Okay, I need for you to go to beautifulonions.com and download the bonus sheet, sit with it, pray over it, reflect deeply, and give God space to speak into your next chapter. Now, the scripture reflection before I close, I want to remind you again of your foundational scripture, which was Luke 14:28. If you want to build a tower, you must first sit down and figure out how much it will cost. God is not asking you to rush. He is asking you to plan, to think, to steward, to build with wisdom. Okay, that is the podcast for today. And my last CTA has to do with the Natural Menopause Healing Toolkit, officially launching on New Year's Day. I need for you to go to beautifulonions.com, pre-register to unlock the exclusive pre-sale price of $49, available for a limited time. So when you go and unlock that price and use that link, you get that pricing. So that's why I need for you to go and get that pricing, because some people are not going to go and pre-register and they're going to be not getting the pricing for the limited time. So this toolkit isn't just a gift, like I say. It is something for you to share. It's something for you to keep, cherish, and pass on. The toolkit have a health section piece for looking at your family health history that can also be passed on to your kids, and they'll know everything about what is the possibilities in their life of getting certain things or having certain things. And this is something that you can take with you to the doctor. It's an area in there for your blood work and your paperwork for you to have when you go. Because I know I'm always get blood work and I don't know where I put it. So now it goes in this menopause toolkit binder. So it is an ebook. So you will be downloading it. And eventually I will move it to if you want to pay extra to download it at a printing location, you can. But for now, it is a PDF downloadable ebook. So please go on over to beautifulonions.com and pre-register. In closing, I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, clarity is a daily practice. Peace is a decision. And rebuilding your finance is part of rising again and resetting. Keep peeling back the layers. Keep choosing yourself and keep walking with God. I'll see you in the next episode, Shedding the Layers of Life. See ya.